Welcome to your Washington, D.C. area real estate market report for October of 2025. I'm Edward Slavis with the Slavis Group of LPT Realty. Let us begin, as always, with interest rates. Our source here is Bankrate. They have the 30-year fixed average for mortgages at 6.37. Our clients with our preferred lenders are seeing slightly better than that. It is substantially lower than where it's been the last 3.5 years since rates started climbing in March of 2022. We still want to see this number come down to see buyers have more purchasing power and make these homes, especially the more expensive homes called the jumbo loans, to make those more affordable for buyers. Our clients are seeing better than this. This is just the 30-year average. A lot of it depends upon your credit score, the percentage down, the price of the property, etc. If you're curious what you'd qualify for, please let us know and we can introduce you to one of our preferred lenders. Now, the market in DC has slowed down substantially, down about 40% overall. If you look here, this is the number of new listings in the Washington, D.C. metro area for all home types, detached homes, row homes, condos, and co-ops. It peaked in 2021, fell slightly in 2022, and now we've had about 5,000 average per month, down from about 8,000 average per month in the previous years. So total volume of new listings is lower. The prices, however, continue to climb. This is the median sale of all homes in the Washington, D.C. metro area over the last 5 years. And you can see it will climb in the spring and summer, drop back down for fall and winter, climb again. And you can see some steps going up throughout this curve, this chart. It continues to climb higher and higher. One reason for that may be that the current median is nicer than the previous median. So in May of 2021, you had homes on a scale of 1 to 10, everything was selling, the median being about 5. Now the only homes that are selling are more in the 4 through 10, and so the median is about a 7. Yes, the prices are higher, but the homes are nicer. The homes on the lower end of the scale, in terms of the condition, those aren't selling, aren't getting top dollar for them the way you were 5 years ago when inventory was much lower, rates were lower, and it was more of a seller's market. Properties are also taking longer to settle. This is the median days to settle, so that is from the time it is on the market to settlement. As you can see, for the first 2 years, there were many periods where it was less than 1 month from the time the seller listed it to the time they had money in their bank account. It has now climbed to about 2 months average, so the time is about doubled. So even the homes that are successfully selling are taking longer on the market. Prices overall, though, are going up. This chart has it broken down by red detached homes, blue all properties, and yellow for condos and co-ops. All of them are trending upwards, but again, keep in mind, the median is nicer. Before, the median may have been a Toyota, and now the median is a BMW, so to speak. Price per square foot, same exact effect though. Still getting higher prices per square foot for condos in DC than at any point ever. The nicer condos are selling. It's harder to sell them and they're longer on the market. So a lot of it becomes, how you price it, how you prepare it, and how you market it. Months of supply also looks good for the DC metro area as a whole. A month of supply is a measurement of how fast buyers are buying through. The term is absorbing the inventory. So if you ever hear the term absorption rate when talking about the market, that's what it means. Simply put, if there are 10 homes on the market and 5 sell per month, you have 2 months of supply. The lower that number, the better for sellers. The higher, the better for buyers. The first 2 years of this chart, you had 1 or less even months of supply. That's a red hot seller's market. Below 2 is still a seller's market, just not quite as hot. Above 2, you get more into balanced market. Now, this is a DC metro area as a whole. So it shows that buyers overall are still there for the market, but it matters a lot what market you're talking about. The last 2 listing presentations, the last 2 meetings with sellers that we had, one was in AU Park and one was in Trinidad. So I'm going to show you both of those to give you an idea of how different the markets are. This is months of supply for AU Park. Almost all of it, even in recent years, is below 1 month of supply, which is a red hot seller's market. So if nothing new is listed, you will see zero properties available for sale in 1 month's time. It peaks at 2.5 months, for 1 month in mid-2024. Even that is a pretty good market to be a seller. Overall, you have everything below 2 months of supply except for 2 months. That's it. So this is a very, very hot seller's market. Better to be a seller here than a buyer. The other property we met with, the other property we reviewed was in Trinidad. This is in Northeast DC. As you can see, it started off at about 2.5 months, which is to say a good market. Slightly favoring the seller, overall a balanced market. Rates started increasing in March of 2022. So you can see where it says January and June. It starts to climb and climb and climb and climb. And now you have over 1 year of supply. So if no new homes are listed in Trinidad, it would take a year for buyers to buy them all. So rates really, really need to come down to make these homes more affordable. And of course, there can be other factors that are affecting why people want to buy in one neighborhood and not in the other. But the market certainly, homes were selling in both neighborhoods before rates went up. So rates are certainly a big determining factor. It is very easy to get a bidding war in AU Park. It is very difficult to sell, period, in Trinidad. So what does this mean? The micro market matters more than the market. When folks ask, how's the market? I always respond, what market? Because there is a macro market, but you really care about your own home. And for that, you need to know more details. So what type of home, whether a condo, row home, detached, etc., and what neighborhood, all of those factors are important to really determine the strength of your market. Rates are coming down. They're hovering right now, but overall, most analysts predict them to come down. The lower they come, the better it is for our real estate market. If you're thinking about buying, I still maintain it is a great time to be a buyer. Rates are elevated, but you'll be able to refinance as they come down. The market overall is slower though. Even the homes that are selling are taking on average longer on the market. Longer from listing to settlement. It is a buyer's market unless your home is properly prepared, priced, and marketed. The homes that we see that are not selling, homes are either not properly prepared, maybe they took the sale for granted and didn't put enough time into some cosmetic repairs, staging, etc. They may be priced overpriced, but then maybe priced too optimistically. And the result is that buyers look past them because it's expensive to be a buyer right now. So they need to be priced much more strategically. And also a question, of course, of how the home is marketed. If you're just taking photos and putting up online, in this market, that's not enough. There are markets that you can get away with doing that. This is not one of them. If you have questions about any of this, whether the buy side or the sale side, or have any questions at all about real estate, please contact us for a free consultation. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I'm Edward Slavis with the Slavis Group of LPT Realty. If you are thinking about buying or selling in the Washington, D.C. metro area, we would love to be a resource for you. Thank you very much and have a wonderful day.